Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where it was pointed out to me on my Discord that in EU4 you can scornfully insult a nation and get 25 opinion with their rivals. Bonus doesn't stack if you insult multiple of their rivals. I was not aware of this. Let's give this a go. Thanks, Uncumbersome. So let's take a look here. Korea is the people that we would want to get opinion with, right? Because that would allow us... Wait, what? Wait, what? They changed to a friendly attitude? Okay, well, we were only 5 reasons away. I still want to test this. I'm not sure why they're suddenly on a friendly attitude. It doesn't actually matter, though, if we get 25 opinion, because that would have gotten us 5 reasons, right? So we have 90 reasons right now. So we'll keep that in mind, and now we're going to go over and insult Oirat. Now, they're also rival to Hosokawa, and that's okay. The reason that being rivaled to Hosokawa would not be a good fit for us to insult is because we can't actually actively fight Hosokawa without transporting our troops. So I think we're actually better off against Oirat. Now we're going to get allied with Korea anyway, even if this doesn't work apparently. But I want to test this regardless. So yes, a scornful insult here. I've never really worked too much with insults before. So this will give them a CB, and we'll gain 5 power projection. Okay, neat. Of course, this is what power projection gives us. Morale of armies is nice. Global trade power is not very relevant to us right now. A scornful insult will double the loss of opinion, but also make their enemies like us more. It costs 5 prestige. That's acceptable. We could randomize a new insult. We're telling Oirat that they're a mere pawn. May your sky be filled with comets. Okay, sure. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And if we look at Korea, what are their reasons now? Well, we have nothing to send. 96 reasons. So we gained 6 reasons for that. Okay, so we're going to bring back our diplomat here. And even if they hadn't changed their attitude towards friendly when I reloaded the game here, because this is a new day that I'm recording on, so I restarted the game. Even if they hadn't have done that, we still would have gotten enough to make this alliance. So I don't feel like not understanding why this is a problem, or why this happened, I don't feel like that's a problem, because we would have had it anyway. So we'll offer that alliance. Korea joins a military alliance with us. That is such a huge deal. Okay. First thing we're going to do with our newfound security is we are going to want to pay off our loan. We're going to drop our rooting out of corruption here until we're making about half a ducat per month again. And we're just going to keep an eye on that. We want to root out our corruption as quickly as possible. And I also think, does being allied with them increase the speed at which the institution will spread here? Korea wants to transfer trade power. Honestly, how much are we making from trade? 0.55? Honestly, I accept that. That's barely relevant to us. So let's see what happens on this next month tick. Yeah. 0.05 per month. I'm completely okay with that. Nanai wants to become a march, and we're going to decline that. Lose a stability or lose 36 ducats. Oh, man. Okay, well, the artisans are unhappy, so we'll lose some stability here. We're going to have to boost it back up. Man, that's expensive. Religious unity is a big part of it. I would like to get to the point where we can do something about our religious unity. That would be nice. Okay, Korea. We are building up favors with them. 0.1 favors each month. Okay. Ooh, a bountiful harvest. That's a really, really good thing right now. So that puts us up to 38 gold. How much do we need to repay our loan? We need 95. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. No doubt about that. But we've got Korea on our side now. That is what is important. So, we need to maintain that, of course. But overall, I'm quite pleased that Korea is our ally. They will provide us meaningful protection from these guys over here. So that is perfect. That buys us a lot of time. What are we going to do with that time? Well, first thing that we are going to do with that time is we are going to get colonial ventures. Now, colonization is expensive. and our economy isn't the strongest. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't really care about this. That's completely irrelevant. We need to get our loan paid off. That is mission number 1. So we have trustworthy allies in here. That leads down to, like, acquire subjects. 2 countries with an alliance with Ainu with at least 150 opinion. Solon wants our provinces, so it's unlikely to be that. Heishi, on the other hand, we might be able to work with Heishi. Only 30 reasons away. We'll start improving relations with them. That might give us some nice bonuses from the mission tree. That'll allow us to move our way down this kind of center pillar here. We lost the forced migration CB against our vassals. That's okay. We don't really care about that. We are going to start colonizing Siberia fairly soon. Economy will be a struggle, but that's okay. Once we get our corruption dealt with, that'll be fine. We definitely expanded a lot due to corruption, but at this point, the corruption is more of a bane than a boon, shall we say. So that's fine. We are bringing that down a little bit, and we're currently making 0.25 ducats per month. I think I'm reasonably comfortable with this, although that amount is dropping. Why is that amount dropping? I mean, our taxation is coming up a little bit. As the autonomy over here comes down, that will improve. Zhenzhou's got some problems here. They're allied with Oirat, and, I mean, that's not as scary to us anymore now that Korea's on our side. Like, Korea is, I think, stronger than Oirat. Mongolia would accept supporting independence. Now that's interesting. That's interesting indeed. They are rebellious towards Oirat. I did not know that. And our army strength isn't super strong. I don't want to do that right now, but we'll go ahead and continue working on that. So we're going to grab colonial ventures, and that will allow us to set a native policy. I pretty much always go to native coexistence so that we don't have to garrison the colony. There's definitely an argument to be made for the global settler increase, but we will go ahead and go for native coexistence for now, since we're not in a very powerful position. And we can send our colonist up here. Now, colonization is very expensive. There's no doubt about that. So, use military as a workforce, a base tax for gold or a base tax for manpower. We are capped on our manpower, so obviously we use our military as a workforce. So we're going to head up over this way, and we're going to keep an eye on how much this single colony costs. I believe it is by default 2 per month. Yes, that is correct. So this would cause it to shrink. Yeah, that's definitely challenging. Challenging indeed. So we could run it here. I mean, ultimately this would be useful to get all of these colonies going. Our primary issue is one of finances, and always has been. So for now, we're going to colonize up this way, but this is going to be very, very expensive indeed. So we're going to shrink this down to be 0 per year. Right here. That is costing us a fair amount. We can stop rooting out corruption for right now. This does mean our corruption is growing due to our religious unity. So in order for our corruption to shrink, we have to sit here. This is non-great. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, what do we want to do about our actual financial situation? We do need to work on it. It would help a lot if we no longer were paying interest. But that's only 0.31 per month. Let's go into buildings here. And we don't have workshops available yet. But as far as temples go, it's not great. Okay. Well, What we need more than anything right now is a cash infusion, I feel like. But what would we spend that on? We would spend that right now on working down our corruption. That would be the important thing. We are positive in our gold, barely, currently. Yeah, working down our corruption would be nice, that's for sure. Getting workshops would also be nice. Our corruption isn't helping with that. And this as a new source of expenditure also definitely doesn't help. But I do want to be colonizing. Eventually, this tide will turn. There's no doubt about that. We just kind of have to play the long game right now. We can purchase an ability. Institutions spread in true faith in true faith provinces. Ship trade power propagation, mercenary discipline. Allow state edict religion enforced. I guess institutions spread in true faith provinces would be what we'd go for. And then, as far as our actual religion goes, how much is this actually going to cost? 0.2 per month? We'll go ahead and get that started. I do very much want to bring up our religious unity. That's for sure. So we're going to work on that. That will put us a little bit negative in our cash for the moment. I feel like this is somewhat okay. Usugi is making claims on us. It's very rude of them. They're Miltech 8 and they have 28,000 troops, but Korea will defend us. So I'm not actually too concerned about that. That'll be fine. We do need to continue to work down our government reforms. We're getting tribal reformation in 1543. And once we did that, we would be able to reform into probably a monarchy is what we'd go for. Okay, we've maxed out our relations with Heishi. So, they are currently 7 reasons away. We could send an insult to Korshin. Your mother was indeed a hamster, and your father did indeed smell of elderberries. I like it. Nice Monty Python reference. And at this point, they are 1 reason away. But we can royal marry them. And then we'll bring back our diplomat. Ooh. Base tax in our capital again for manpower? Yes, please. Absolutely. That's fantastic. So we're going to send a diplomat on 20 July here. And that's an alliance, which allows us to get trustworthy allies, which gives us a diplomatic reputation too. We've also got acquire subjects, so diplomatic annexation cost has been reduced. We need at least 30 galleys and at least 10 heavy ships for create a grand fleet. That's a lot. And an army equal or larger than 80,000. That's a lot too. 5 workshops is definitely something we will do. We renewed our loan, which I'm not necessarily happy about. Smugglers running rampant, huh? National tax modifier minus 10% for 10 years? It's too expensive not to. We have to do it. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, we're afloat. Barely, but we're afloat. So that's okay. We can also max out our missionary maintenance. There we go. Cool. So, how is our missionary doing? They're about 20% done. They'll be completed in 4 years. Okay. That's fine. We absolutely do want True Faith provinces to be a thing, because we have better institutions spread there, of course. Renaissance is spreading in our territory, but not very rapidly. Ashikaga's internal conflicts are over. Good for them. I'm sure that will make them happy. So, we are now allied with Heishi and Korea. We probably want to consider topping off our opinion with Korea soon. Oirat is no longer a valid rival for us. That's acceptable. We don't mind that. We'll go ahead and improve relations with Korea here. Just because I don't want to lose this alliance. This alliance is incredibly valuable for us. Nanai does want to become a march, and I'm thinking about it. Minus 6 gold per year. So that'd be like half a ducat per month. We can't afford that right now. Maybe later. I wouldn't mind Nanai being a march, but that said, I also wouldn't mind annexing them. Here's a question. Oh, 100 population up here. That's really nice. That's 10% of the total there. Here's a question. What do we actually want to spend additional dip power on for the moment? For the moment, I mean, docks aren't that important to us. Colonial range isn't important. Global settler increase would be good. No doubt about that. I'm thinking about integrating Nanai, although I think Chavchaveni would be a better one to integrate right now. Let's go ahead and annex that. This will cost us some diplomatic power per month. Looks like all but one. We're still going up in our diplomatic power. That's good to know. We're already 20% done with that. Wow, that's going very quick. I mean, they're only one province, so I guess that's not shocking. Now, we're going to want to settle this all wasteland up here. We're going to want to settle all of the coastal tiles over here for sure. And that'll be fine. I wouldn't necessarily mind coming down into Southeast Asia over here either. Okay, so they have been integrated. That's fantastic. Lose 25 dip power for a mercantilism. Done. And these here, I want to check, what is our naval limit right now? We're wildly over our naval limit. Okay, so we're going to get rid of these guys. That will save us some money. That puts us at 23 out of 20. Okay. And also there's a fort here that we need to disable. Or rather, get rid of. There we go. Oh, there's gold here. I didn't realize that there was gold in this province. I should have checked that. That is very, very important, actually. Increasing our base production here wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah. I think as long as we keep our base production to a reasonable level, increasing the production is very, very good here. As long as we keep it below, like, or... Yeah, this is fine. This is fine for now. We'll just put it here. Cool. So how much are we getting from gold? 0.8. Yeah, that's worth so much more than having them as a vassal. Absolutely. We're still negative in our cash, but that's okay. We are going to want to integrate Nanai as well fairly soon. They produce naval supplies. This will be coal eventually, but right now it's naval supplies. Yeah, just naval supplies through here. So nothing too major there. Fascinating. Now, further increases here will cost 121. A huge amount of that is because it's glacial and Arctic, and our corruption as well. So we're not going to increase this too much more than this. I think this is completely fine. I'm content making 0.81 gold here. And we'll probably build a workshop here as well as soon as we can. That'll be very, very good as well. Cool. So allied with Korea is, of course, a very big deal. Monthly war exhaustion coming down. That's not that important. And our gold is increasing our inflation. So we'll have to keep that in mind as well. We've currently got 13 gold. This isn't super shocking. Oh, okay. Bamanas had a pretty major event happen. Cool. We don't really care about that too much. That's a ways away from us. Hello. A tribe just appeared up here. They migrated in. They're Miltech 8. That's actually surprising. We are domineering towards them. That's true. That's very true. But we aren't really in an economic position to take advantage of that migration. So we'll just let them stay there for the moment. That will be fine. And we desperately need our economy to improve here. So we're currently at -9 per year. And that's mostly because it's Arctic. 263 settlers here. So we do need to bump up our colonial maintenance here. Technically, we would need to be here for this to be even. That's very expensive. I think that we're just going to leave this where it was at 0 per year here. Yes, we're losing 10 per year, but we should be attracting more here from our colonist. So that should be fine. No real problem there for the moment. And how is that conversion going? It's just about done. Perfect. Wait, why is our merchant free? Why indeed? Are you not supposed to be steering trade down this way? I feel like you are. There we go. It's not going to actually do much, but perfect. We'll get that underway, and I would like to check this tiny little fleet up here, and let's see if protecting trade would actually help. It will not. Okay. Well, actually, it'll help a little bit. That tooltip's a little confusing, but we'll go ahead and do that. We are currently negative in our treasury, but let's see if that changes anything as soon as they actually arrive over here. A generation of cowards, huh? 5 military power? I don't really care about losing the manpower. We'll purge out the cowards. Fantastic. This gets us our admin tech. Beautiful. Workshops and farm estates can now be built. So, manufactories can not be built yet. Wait a sec. Where are farm estates in this? I actually don't remember farm estates being a thing. You mean farm estates for manufactories? Because that's not able to be built currently. Oh, yeah. Down here, farm estates. Right. That's the way that works. Okay, so that is a thing that we could theoretically do. We will require additional dip tech. The farm estates are not very valuable, so we're not going to do that. That's 530 gold. Taxation-wise, there's not anything particularly valuable here. But workshops, there is one. We would need 106 gold to do that. We could take out a loan to do it. However, I feel like that's not going to be worth the interest. So that's definitely something to consider. Nanai still wants to become a marsh. A march, rather. Not a marsh. Well, how are we doing for favors with Heishi here? Okay. How are we doing for favors with Korea? We have 10 favors with Korea. We could get 76 gold from them. And apparently hiccups. Excellent. Hopefully that stops soon. But we'll go ahead and get 76 gold there. Ah, there's a cooldown on that of 5 years. I assumed that that would be a per ally thing, but apparently not. 60 military power or 2 mercantilism. Right now we're going to take the 2 mercantilism. Excellent. Okay, so we are losing a little bit of money right now. How much is our loan? 95 gold. Okay. Our colony is growing. We need about 10 gold to pay off our loan. We are making money now. That's good. Paying off our loan would be a very big deal right now. When does that come due? That comes due 1529 September in just a couple months. So we're not going to get the gold to do that unless we manage to worm it out of somebody. Who would we manage to worm it out of? I don't think there's an interaction with our subjects that can do that. I mean, we could make them give us more money per month. But I don't think we can get money from vassals in the same way. Yeah, that's not a thing that we can do. Sad. Sad indeed. Well, I definitely want to repay this loan. That's for sure. Our corruption is dropping, but incredibly slowly. We can root out a little bit more corruption. That'll be fine. And after we finish this colony here, I think it's very clear that we can't really afford... Oh, Renaissance appeared in Yaren. That's down here. So that's fantastic. We're really happy about that. I think it's very clear that we can't really afford to colonize for a bit. We need to work on our economy more than anything. Step one on that is to pay off this loan, for sure. However, with that said, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to pay off this loan and start making some real, actual money. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time.